Hello everyone. Hope you all are having a great day. Today we are going to learn about the topic relationship of miasms with abnormal growth according to J.H. Allen. Introduction. J.H. Allen explains the link between chronic miasms and the development of abnormal growths such as tumors, cysts, fibromas, cancer, etc. According to him, abnormal growths are not local diseases but expressions of deep constitutional disorders caused by miasmatic taints. Psora and abnormal growths. Psora, being the mother of all chronic diseases, initiates the functional disorder, upon which structural changes are later superadded by other miasms. Psora creates soil or susceptibility, responsible for chronic inflammation, irritation, and defective elimination. It often gives rise to fibrous or indurated swellings of non proliferative type. Quoted point. Miasms are not mere theoretical ideas but deep rooted constitutional dyscrasias which express themselves in definite pathological forms. Next, Psora furnishes the soil or basic dyscrasia upon which the other two miasms build their structure. This is also an important point. Psora is a miasm of poverty of cell function, resistance, and vitality. Psora lays the foundation for the development of all tubercular and cancerous diseases. Next, we move on to psychosis and abnormal growths. Psychosis is the miasm of overgrowth, proliferation, and cellular excess. It is the prime miasm behind most benign abnormal growths. It produces infiltrative, hyperplastic, and hypertrophic lesions. Growths are often soft, spongy, vascular, and gelatinous. Warts, fibroids, ovarian cysts, polyps, and condylomata are typical outcomes. The psychotic taint means a tendency to proliferate, overreaction of cells in tissue. All infiltrative swellings are hypertrophic states with marked vascularity belong to psychosis. Next we move on to syphilis. Syphilis and abnormal growths. Syphilis is the destructive miasm working through ulceration, necrosis, and degeneration. It is most often responsible for malignant growths, causes hard, indurated, fixed, painful, and destructive tumors, often leads to cancerous degeneration of previously psychotic growths, works silently until the cellular architecture is severely compromised. Syphilis tends to destroy what the other miasms have built. In the advanced stage of cancer, we find the syphilitic miasm nearly always in the foreground. This is important. Will fetch you good marks. Wherever we find a rapid cellular degeneration with pain, infiltration, and marked cachexia, we are justified in assuming syphilitic influence. This is also a very important point. Will fetch you good marks. Next, we move on to mixed miasms and growths. Allen strongly emphasizes that most abnormal growths are the result of multiple miasms acting together. Psora creates the ground. Psychosis initiates growth and infiltration. And syphilis ends with ulceration, destruction, and malignancy. It is the combination of miasms that gives rise to most stubborn and destructive pathological states. Important point. We rarely see a case of cancer where the psychotic element has not preceded the syphilitic. Okay, it's preceded, right? Not preceded the syphilitic. 6. Suppression and internalization of growths. Allen considered suppression of discharges, eruptions, or local complaints as a dangerous interference leading to internal growths. Suppression drives the miasm inward, leading to deep seated structural disease. Benign conditions may turn malignant under suppressive influences. Every suppression has its own penalty, and these penalties are often in the form of tumors or malignancy. Important point. It will fetch you more marks. Suppression of the psychotic eruption often results in the development of internal growths in genital or urinary tracts. Cancer and miasmatic triad. Allen considered cancer as the ultimate product of all three miasms acting in unison. Psora prepares the soil, psychosis builds the mass, syphilis breaks it down. Cancer is the trinity of Psora, psychosis, and syphilis acting together upon the vital force. No true cancer can be established without constitutional interplay of all three great miasms. So we finish here with the topic. Let's move on to the treatment approach. Treatment must be constitutional and anti-miasmatic, not local or mechanical. Remedies are selected based on dominant miasm, patient's constitution, and mental state. The treatment of abnormal growth requires a deep constitutional approach. The miasm that caused the growth must be corrected to prevent recurrence and to promote true healing. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep supporting.